And am I telling you to do 1,000 videos? No. I'm saying after your second video, your third video, your 10th video, you improve, you become better, as long as you're attempting to become better. If you are a solopreneur and you're feeling deflated with your traffic stats, you're feeling deflated about your non-existent rankings in Google, and you're deflated with your lack of sort of list growth through your emails, and you're just deflated across the board because you're creating content and nothing's ranking, you're creating blog posts and nothing's working, you're creating videos and nothing's happening, right? And you're just like, what's going on? Like, why me? Why am I failing? Why is everyone else failing? Then keep watching because this video here will help you understand why you're failing. It'll help you understand why you are not failing, actually. And this video will help you understand how to get past that and move on and level yourself up as a marketer by appreciating these simple truths of the marketing world, okay? So keep watching. And so guys, first of all, let's discuss this idea of lack of results. The first thing that I see over and over and over again inside my community of Taking Action Online is that beginners always set themselves impossible targets. They set themselves impossible goals that they cannot achieve based on your experience level and based on where you are currently in your skill set. Okay, so beginners have a tendency to join these kind of silly challenges, right? You know, you've seen them around. You know, I'm going to create 100 videos in 100 days, or I'm going to create one blog post per day for the next 90 days. Yay me, right? And they'll publish the first 5, 10, 15 or so, and then very quickly start burning out. And what happens? Bupkis, nothing. And most importantly, does that person actually learn something? No, because they fail and they feel stupid, they feel embarrassed. Many will go back and delete those energetic, happy posts they posted on Facebook about their challenge because they're embarrassed. And that leaves a huge gaping hole in your confidence. And so the first thing beginners do is they set themselves impossible goals they cannot achieve. Okay, so if that's what you're doing, then that is why you're feeling deflated, because you're setting yourself goals that you cannot achieve based on your skill set. Because for you to improve, right, you need space, you need time, you need to have a structured approach to your content creation, right? But the problem is beginners set themselves impossible goals. If you're watching this here, and if you're a part of my marketing academy inside Taking Action Online, you will hear me ask you again and again and again in my weekly tasks, create one piece of content, not 10, not 5, not 1 a day, create 1. Anything extra you create, you schedule ahead of time for the next week and the next week, because that gives you a buffer. Because guess what's going to happen? Guess what is guaranteed to happen to you in your life? Life is going to get in the way. Work, health, money, family, obligations, right? Stuff comes up every single week. And that means that at some point, it might be next week, it might be in 2 months, it might be in 6 months, you are going to be pulled away from your business, and that is detrimental, and you feel deflated, you feel pissed off, you feel angry, because suddenly you can't devote your time to your business anymore, your traffic stats are low, and you feel more and more deflated. And so when beginners set themselves impossible goals they cannot achieve, they are guaranteeing their own failure, because when life gets in the way, and it will get in the way, even if you're young and healthy and you have money, life will get in the way. You haven't got the space or the time to focus your energy on your business. Whereas if you approach this from a logical point of view and you set yourself a low goal of like 1, maybe 2 pieces of content a week, but start with 1, that gives you space, that gives you time, right? Not only for your personal life, but to actually improve, right? Which leads me to my next point. The point number 2 is that the reason why you're feeling deflated and the reason why you're not getting results is because you're not improving. Again, beginners sometimes fall into the trap of focusing more on the idea of hitting publish instead of refining their content. So what they do is they'll get into a stride of creating content, whether it's blog posts or YouTube videos, and then all they do is create the same video again and again and again and again and again and again without actually improving. So they're sitting there in absolute despair thinking, oh, my traffic isn't growing, nothing's happening, this is so unfair, you know. It's like, what am I doing wrong? But because their mindset is so locked into published content, they fail to understand you have to actually try and improve that content somehow. Because My first videos, guys, I created 5 years ago were garbage, right? The message was clear, the message was okay, but the editing was crap, my voice was crap, my confidence wasn't there, I was stuttering and mumbling, right? I still am, and my first videos were terrible. But then after I've done 1,000 videos, 2,000 videos, 3,000 videos, my confidence grew, right? And am I telling you to do 1,000 videos? No, I'm saying after your second video, your third video, your 10th video, you improve, you become better, as long as you're attempting to become better, okay? So when you look at your content right now, go back to your last blog post, go back to your last video, and think back over your emotional journey of the deflation part and how fed up you were. Look at your last piece of content and think, were you actually trying to improve, or were you just making the video or the content just to make the video so you can hit publish and move on, right? And that's why things aren't moving forward for you, because your focus is always on me. What do I want? How can I become better in terms of how can I become easier? Well, me. You're not thinking about, could I spend more time on this content? Could I put more effort into the research? Could I spend more time doing X, Y, and Z to make the video just a fraction, 0.1% better, right? That is why you're not moving forward. And that's why you're feeling deflated, because you have that kind of me mindset, okay? And the next thing is, this here leads me to my next point, and that is the fact that you haven't earned the right yet to get the results you want. You haven't been around long enough yet to earn the right to get the results you want. And what I mean by this is, in order for you to have the hands-on experience, you need to invest thousands of hours into your craft. If you're doing blogging or YouTube, you need to basically just jump in and become obsessed with those topics. There's no point you spending literally an hour a day researching SEO, and then after a week complain that you're not ranking, right? That's delusional, okay? Because to really understand SEO, to really kind of learn the process, it takes thousands of hours, okay? But you start with the basics, you start with what you know, and you compound your experience and you fail forward and you grow 1% here, 0.1% here, 1% there, 1% there. And you suddenly there's a big update and you lose 10% and you regain 10%, right? And so on and so forth. And that takes time. Unfortunately, beginners don't really understand that part. And they will literally, after a week, start complaining that they have deemed SEO doesn't work. Right? Or they will deem that SEO is too confusing for them. I've dedicated a whole week to this now, and I've decided it's too hard. And it's like, a week? Seriously? And that's like after work. So technically you've only done like, what, an hour and a half a night for a week, right? So you've done like, what, 10 hours, and you've deemed it too hard. That shows you that you have the losing mindset, because you're feeling deflated because you're already given up, right? It's the same as, imagine if I wanted to go and learn how to drive a Formula 1 car, right? That Michael Schumacher spent literally decades learning to drive and honing in his craft. And I turn up and do one lap and go, that's too hard, I can't do this, right? It's like, yeah, that's delusional, right? You have to practice. That's the thing. And the only way for you to learn is to earn the right. So make another video, 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 again and again and again and again and again, right? And every single time, try to improve something. It does not need to be perfect. Your first videos will suck, and that's totally, utterly fine. They need to suck so you can improve them, okay? But beginners are just not willing to do that. And the last thing to do, so the last point is the fact that you have to understand that you're only one person, right? You are a solopreneur, which means that there's a limit to what you can do with the time you have, because you are doing this after work, after your real job, after your family, after looking after your children, after your chores, after your obligations, after your health issues, all that stuff. To understand that it's going to take a bit more time, and that's totally fine, right? Because for me, when I started, from the point of me first searching for how to make money online in Google, it took me about 4 years before I sort of went full time and quit my job. It was 4 years of agonizing, painstakingly frustrating, deflated hours of sitting, just staring at the screen, going click, click. What's that? No idea. Click. Right? That for 4 years, every night after work. But understand that that is the process. You have to earn the right to succeed. You can't just expect to succeed just because you tried really hard. That's not good enough, right? And the last thing, guys, is understand that for you to succeed, you have to give all your attention to one single project, one single idea, one single thing. You cannot and will not learn YouTube SEO, Google SEO, paid advertising, landing pages, social media, email marketing, and learn all that in one go and try and outsource all of it at the same time, right? You have to learn you have to focus on one thing first, okay? So if you do YouTube, learn the SEO part, learn the hook, learn about user intent, learn about session time, watch time, learn about the audience retention, learn about stuff, dig deep into it and learn it. And then you can move on to email marketing and so on. And that way you can progress in a rational and realistic way. If you try and do too much, and guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna burn out again and again and again, and every single time return back to square one and say, this is too hard, I can't do it, this is impossible, right? And you're always gonna give up. Okay, it really is that simple. But appreciate, guys, that is so doable. Making money online is a wonderful thing and you can do it, but you need to be self-aware enough to know that you have to invest the time into your thing, whether it's blogging, YouTubing, doesn't matter. You have to invest time into it. And I'm sorry, but 6 months is not a long time in business, right? 6 months is not a long time, especially if you're doing it after work, because you're only spending sort of 300 or 400 hours in the course of 6 months on a business. And 300 hours is nothing. It's a fart in the wind, right? Yet beginners, they get so emotionally attached to their own journey, to their own emotional core, they forget that part. So emotionally for you, it feels like it's been 4 years, but it's only been 6 months. And out of the 6 months, in terms of time spent clicking and dragging and dropping, right? It's only been about 100 hours. Get it? I really hope so, because emotionally for you, it's been 6 months. Because you're thinking about it, you're talking about it, you're planning stuff on paper, but actually sitting and clicking, it's been like 200 hours in 6 months. And 200 hours is nothing, right? So you have to understand that that is why you're feeling deflated, because your focus is always in the wrong places. Your focus is, yeah, but that guy over there, he just started and he's making money. That's so unfair, that's so unfair, that's so unfair. And you're missing the point right in front of your nose, okay? It's so important to understand this. So, with that in mind, guys, if you're feeling deflated, understand that it's not your fault. You just haven't spent enough time on one single project yet. You haven't put enough effort in to improving day by day by day. And most importantly, your vision is short term, which means you're never going to see the real truth. That's just over the horizon. And if you keep looking down, you can't look up and you're going to miss what's coming up. Okay, so it's so important for you to understand that, and hopefully that helps you understand why you're feeling deflated and why your business isn't growing. Okay, so solution: commit to one project, jump in and become obsessed with whatever it is you're doing, and be willing to fail forward and to improve just 1% here, 1% there, 1% here, 1% there, and just jump in and commit all your spare time, your resources, everything into one single thing, and you'll see more results than ever before. All right. Or the alternative is you can go on social media and put on some long, emotional, heartfelt post about how hard your life is, and how unfair it is, and how people like me don't understand you because your situation is so unique, right? Which it isn't. And you're gonna basically give yourself a reason to stop. You're gonna give yourself permission to stop by publicly announcing it's too hard or it's too complicated or whatever, when the truth is it's anything but, because you're making it hard and you're looking for excuses to stop, and that is the truth. Okay, so guys, if you find this helpful, please give it a like, and please do leave in the comments below, and please share this video with anybody you know who are feeling deflated and lacking in progress. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you again real soon. Cheers, guys.